It's you call that radio from Mexico to Glasgow. How's everyone doing back home? I hope you're surviving the Willy Wonka scandal that's rocking. It's getting international headlines here, man. So hope everybody's okay back home. We've got our own international headline going on because we've got a slight volcano issue happening nearby, but the locals don't care. It's just ash, not lava. So don't worry about us. As long as you're okay with the Willy Wonka experience stuff, we're okay with the volcano stuff. And we're going to go live right now to Glasgow from Echo with the legendary Tom Spirals in the house.
You all right, dude? How you doing?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. It's uh, it's I feeling more Mexican. I feel more Mexican every day. Every day I get stronger. Every day my salsa gets spicier.
Your
And
sombrero grows a fruit a few inches.
sombreros grunt. Yeah, buenas noches. A wee inside joke there for anyone who knows pidgin Spanish like myself, man. You travel about a lot. Have you ever
Yeah,
been
man.
to Have you ever been to Mexico?
I have. I've luckily enough been to Mexico in 2012, 2013. I was in Mexico. I flipping loved it there, man. It was amazing. I was down in the south, so I was in San Cristobal and Palenque. And I never made it up to Mexico City, so that's it on my bucket list. I need to go to Mexico City, and they've got an amazing reggae dub scene out there, like huge. It's like blowing up right now. And there's loads of sound systems in Mexico, all being built and taking shape, and the community just seems huge, man. Have you seen any of that when you've been out there?
Hunters it, hunters it. I mean,
Oh,
I'll tell you
wicked.
what, man. See, just musically, like, do you know that way where you just go into a random? They don't really have pubs as much here. It's more
Mhm.
like it's a sort of it's more of a food culture, and
Sure.
the bars aren't really a thing. You know, you've got the odd bar. There is bars, obviously, but it's more of a food eating thing. But just when you go anywhere, when you go to a shop, whether you go for lunch or anything, there's just always good background music, and I don't mean like good background music that's man, it'll do. It's just amazing. I heard the reggae dub, techno, the house music is particularly good, man. Uh, just stuff that I've not heard before. Do you know? Because I think I've been going to techno nights for so long. But just to hear
It's,
something
it's
fresh, like every song, I'm shazamming it, going, "What is this?" And it's just stuff that it's never made it over to our shores. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a
All
big
the
playlist, man. I'll give you a wee link to my private playlist that I'm stealing off all the DJs that I hear. So I've got about 120 tunes. They're all pretty good. I think some of them might have been had a couple of cervezas and maybe I overestimated how good they were. But in general, 90% of it is banging and it's stuff that you've probably not heard before. So I'm going to, once I've finished it and edited it, I'll put it out to people who want it.
That
Um,
sounds class, man. I'd love to hear that. I've got one more musical question about Mexico for you. Have you
yes,
been on the buses in Mexico? Have you seen the performances on the buses?
I have been on buses. I haven't seen performances on buses, but I've seen buskers everywhere.
That's what I mean. Buskers on buses.
Yes,
Is that not happening currently?
I've not been on that many buses because like the kind of buses I get offered are like, Joe,
Oh, the
say
big.
it's a 12 hour. Do you want to get a 12-hour bus?
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm
And I'm
talking the
like,
little. I'm talking about the little ones, like that
oh
you jump on
the
and jump.
convenience. Yeah, so they're like kind of like big. Yeah, I know what you mean. I've not been in them yet. I see them about.
I used to be able to get on those buses, and it wasn't just in Mexico. This is like in Guatemala and Peru and other countries, and it was all the same kind of culture. You jumped on the bus and you got on for free if you were gonna do some music. You just jumped on and
Right.
said, "I'm gonna sing a song." And they're like, "Don't
Oh,
worry,
cool.
you don't have to pay then." And you'd be like, "You've not heard me yet." They're like, "Oh, you go." You get on the bus and you just sing. It didn't even have like a guitar or anything. You just sing a song, and you go around with your hat, collect a couple of dollars, and then the next person would come on, and then you'd get a wee show as well, and you give them one of your dollars. It's just brilliant, man. I love that about it. I remember thinking, right, oh, could I, when I get back to Glasgow, could I do that on the buses? And I was like, oh, maybe I could. And then I got on the first bus in Glasgow and was like, yeah, no fucking chance I'm even going to try. You imagine that? Some wee guy gets up at the start front of a bus in Glasgow and goes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sing to you this new song that I've wrote. Shut up, man. Just pipe down me, man. It would be awful. It wouldn't happen.
It's 10 cents to go on the buses that you're talking about. 10 cents, 10 pesos, I think. Which
maybe
is about a quid.
it was somewhere in between the small little ones and the big ones that you're talking about.
Well, but the problem I've got with them is that it doesn't tell you where you're going, so you
No.
need to, so you just need to jump in the bus and hope for the best. So I've just kind of like, oh, I don't want to end up somewhere, Try to be careful, taking risks. I mean, being in Mexico, you're taking risks, but you also try to be as careful as possible. So just
Sure.
weighing it up, and you just don't want to end up at the wrong side. But going back to the reggae scene.
Sure.
We ended up, because one of the big questions we had was, there's this a festival called Bahadora Festival, and it was a great lineup, and we were really wanted to go. We managed to get tickets sorted, managed to plug some guesties, thankfully, and the problem was is that it's in Morelos State, which is, it's got one of those cautions, like, don't go unless you have to, and it's like, do we have
Wow.
to? Yeah, I think we have to. We have to go to a music
Who puts
festival.
that caution? Who is it? The Mexican government? Is it
The
British?
Illuminati, the House of the Illuminati, they're called. They
Aye.
run events in Glasgow. But, yeah,
No, but for real, like, is it a tourist?
I think it's the US government. I think
Right.
it's the guys that kind of decide that what's safe and what's not.
Traffic light
And
system.
There's different levels, man. I mean, you don't want to be going to, the border at the north, really. I think that goes without saying. I don't think there's places that you should not visit, but this place is kind of sort of in the middle ground. Like, don't go at night. So
Yeah.
our taxi driver said, can you pick us up at 5? Can you take us there at 2 in the afternoon and pick us up at 5 in the morning? And he said, no, it's not safe. So that gave me faith
Wow.
in him, because I was like, he's actually got his head screwed on. And he says, I'll pick you up at 8 when it's light. So, and then we got our driver. This is the whole thing. It's a long story here. But the point is that the reason we picked the driver is because we didn't want a random taxi driver. There's no Uber here either. So, where we are. So we just, my friends who live in the city, they said, just get to know someone at a bar or a restaurant and get a recommendation. That's all you can do is, get somebody to recommend someone else. It's not foolproof, but... And then we went to this bar called Il Capitano in Tepoztlan, and they were playing reggae dub music. So I took control and stuck on a bit of Mungo's Hi-Fi.
Nice.
And the barmaid went, Mungo's Hi-Fi, I love Mungo's Hi-Fi. Turned out they were fans of Mungo's Hi-Fi.
They've been out there quite a few times now.
Yeah, well, I tried to actually phone Tom to just say, like, I've got a fan here in Mexico. He missed the call, sadly, but I did. It's not a story for the internet, but I did clarify. The woman said a thing to prove that she knew Mungo's Hi-Fi, and Tom was like, it didn't quite happen like that, but I know what she's talking about. I know what she's talking about. So,
Leave that
and
one there. Leave that one there.
I'll bring Tom on the show. I'll bring the other Tom on the show, and if he wants to share the story, he can. But I think it involves someone else, so it's not really my place to tell the story. But the guy knew Mungo's Hi-Fi, and he loved Train Spotting.
I mean, even I'm talking 10 years ago, not more than 10, 12 years ago when I was there, and that's a long time ago. This in terms of a Mungo's career or something, and they were really well known over there at that point in time. So they've got a hefty fan base over in Mexico. It's a massive achievement for a group of lads from Glasgow, man. It's amazing. It's really fucking amazing to see that.
And yeah, Mungo's Hi-Fi and Train Spotting. What's quite interesting, because when you see me go to, I don't know, Tenerife or something, and there's maybe an old guy trying to make small talk with you, Scotia, and they'll maybe say something like Braveheart. Well, I found that in Jordan, it was Braveheart.
Yeah,
obviously, I think it's, European countries, there's usually a little bit more, Sean Connery might come up, or
the
something else.
Highlands. Oh, Highlands.
Yes, the beautiful Highlands. Yeah, people know it. But over here, it's purely Train Spotting. And Mungo's Hi-Fi, to a lesser extent. But Train Spotting and Mungo's Hi-Fi
Only slightly lesser. I hope.
Slightly less. But But it's weird because train spotting was as an institution here for people of a certain age, probably about my age, maybe a little bit older, a little bit younger, because there was only one conservative TV channel back in the 90s, and it was obviously it was very censored, and it was I think it was kind of Tory. Sounds like there's explaining Mexican Tories. It sounds like
Sure.
and that was the channel. So Train Spotting was a DVD that just got passed about, and no, I was like, did you find the accent? Did it take you a few attempts to watch it? And I went 200 times. People are like watching Train Spotting 200 times. But that's enough about me just now. I think I'd like to know about Danssa Dub, because Danssa Dub, for people who don't. So obviously, Tom, you've been touring the world for ages with various sound systems, solo stuff, with Vixen Sound. You've been smashing it for a long time.
Thank you.
And then, can you give me a time frame on Danssa Dub, because
Sure.
it feels to me like you just appeared out of nowhere and
Well, it
just
did.
took over the world straight away.
It absolutely did appear from nowhere. However, we've still many frontiers to conquer. It was a lockdown project, basically. During lockdown, Ewan McLaughlin managed to get this piece of funding, and we'd been talking for ages about working together to do a project. And it'd been one of those things. It was in Walk and Skank, and it was like 2 a.m. Walk and Skank's club night, East Oran in Glasgow. And it was about 2 a.m. and we were like, oh, we should definitely collaborate on something. He'd just played a charity Christmas ceilidh at Walk and Skank, which was a few Scottish traditional musicians coming down and just playing freestyle on top of us DJing and MCing. It sounded really cool. And so after that, he was like, oh, I would love to make this thing happen. And I was like, oh, yeah, that would be really cool. And never managed to actually get our shit together until the entirety of the world just stopped. There was nothing much going on. And Ewan got a piece of funding from a organization called the Fraser Shaw Collective, or Fraser Shaw Trust. And Fraser Shaw was a young traditional musician, probably about similar, between our ages, Mark. And he unfortunately passed away when he was probably about your age or my age, I'm not sure exactly, but far too young anyway. And his friends set up this trust to keep his music alive and to keep his music being remembered. So the Fraser Shaw Trust put out a small grant for people to reimagine one of Fraser's songs. And Ewan came to me and said, oh, Tom, you know how the whole world stopped? There's nothing else going on. And we've had this idea for a while. Do you want to do it? And so we made the first Danssa Dub track back in 2020, just in my flat in Sauchiehall Street, in the infamous 435 flat, where there's so many bands have come out of that flat. It's amazing. So we started Danssa Dub there, and after making one tune, we were like, wow, this is actually really cool. We played it to a few folk, and they're like, wow, I've not heard that before, like Scottish traditional stuff mixed with digital dub. And we're like, no, it's not. I don't think we've heard it before either, really. And so we just kept going and thought, well, we'll release an EP. We'll release an EP. We'll build another couple of songs. And then we were like, you know what? We need to like press this and make this an actual vinyl, because this is really cool. We need to try and make this into something. So we ended up with this 5-track EP that we pressed onto vinyl and put out. And before we could even sell the first one, we were like, this needs to be a live project. We need to be able to play all this music live. How can we do it? So we sent out parts to musicians that we'd worked with in the past and got everyone together for a live video recording, so that we could prove to promoters, festival bookers, etc., that it can be done live. And we filmed literally the first time that we ever played one of the songs live. We had like a full camera team there and everything, lighting, and being mixed by a sound engineer. And from the get-go, it was like, this is a proper thing. We're not gonna spend time making all the mistakes I've made for the last 10 years, and just gonna go in at the level that we're at, and launch it from as high a platform as we possibly could. And that was back in 2021. So
So that
Yeah.
was the Hogmanay of 2022. Was it your first official gig, if I
Oh
remember
no,
rightly?
it was actually Knockengorrick was our first official gig in
Official, okay.
2021. We played at
2000.
Knockengorrick Festival. I think was it 2021 or 22?
Well,
What year
I
is it
can.
now?
What I can say
Where
is
are
that
we?
2022 was when July 2022 was when you played to Boomtown to about 1 million people.
Ah, right. So it was that year. It was that
So
year.
it was the
Was
same year.
that
So
was
that
our
was just a
fifth?
couple of months later.
That was literally our fifth show. Was like yeah,
Wow.
Boomtown, 10,000 people. It was insane. It's all been downhill since there, man. No, it's not really. But
Peaked
it
too soon. Peaked too soon.
honestly was nuts. Like the response that it got. I think it's partially down to it being something that is quite easily imaginable, but then it gives you like a weird cognitive dissonance. So someone's like, "Oh, it's like Scottish trad music mixed with dub," and you instantly you know what both those things are, and then you try and mix it in your head, and you go, "Fuck, I want to see what that is," because that might be awful or that might be really cool. Either way, it's caught my interest. I think that's potentially why it did quite well
Well, it's
initially.
like it's funny that Knocking Got It's your first gig because it sounds like a, you've got your, because you've got your Mungo's hi-fi tent,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
It's
then you've got
literally
and then you've got, so it's just kind of like, I mean,
standing
it's just like
in the
Knocking
middle of
Gorick.
Knockengorrick. Yeah, if you
Someone's just a Knocking Gorick mashup.
it's like if you ran really quickly through the festival. That's
Just in
essentially
the
what
middle of a
yeah,
sound clash between this, but they're actually mixing it at the same time.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
That's it.
I think. Do you know what? I think with maybe people's curiosity, we've piqued the curiosity for people that don't know the music. So let's just play a little bit just now, just so people can.
Cool.
They don't have to imagine anymore. They can listen with their ears. What we have lined up here is the first tune, I believe. It's Tom Spirals and Ewan McLaughlin and Danssa dub, and it's like a short film as well. We're not going. I don't know if we're going to play it all, but just give us I think you've given us a bit of a background, but let's talk about the song specifically.
Yeah, so
What is
this
this
tune,
song? What's the meaning behind it all?
so basically this tune came out on the first EP, and it's the name of the project and Danssa dub, and Danssa dub translates into Scots Gaelic as the dub dance. So it's pretty simple. And the concept of it is we wrote a story based off a story from the Isle of Skye, which was the tale of two musicians who were taken away by the fairies after a long night in the pub. And they were taken away to play for the fairies at their Cayley dance. And this is the story of what happened next.
Amazing stuff. And just to prove that we are live, hola, Stuart.
Hola.
Good evening, Firkinell.
Evening.
And Stuart saying was listening to Tom earlier for the first time. He is good.
Thanks very much, Stuart.
There's a lot to catch up on. Hello, Mark McInnes. Also, if you're watching on the Facebook group page, you're better off going to YouTube because it'll sound better and look better. So get off the Facebook, get the bus to YouTube, and enjoy Tom Spirals and Ewan McLaughlin with and Danssa dub, the song that started it all.
It was an early spring evening, and the old tavern was heaving with folk. To all local musicians, Tom Spirals and Ewan McLaughlin were entertaining the crowd with tunes on a flute and a fiddle. Meanwhile, a pair of glimmering eyes watched on intently from beneath a worn, leathery hood.
Thanks a lot. See you again. Yes, I think we smashed that one. I think they're fair loving our tunes
so,
now.
aye.
We've got some bra tunes, I tell you. Oh, did you see that lassie dancing?
Here you pair, what's the rush with yous?
We're headed home. We've got work to get on with tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the tunes, though.
We're having a Cayley the night. I don't suppose you fancy coming and playing us some of those brand new tunes of yours.
They talk that Spanish flow, Spanish flow, Spanish flow. Tequila every night, every night, every night. You're just a tenafly, tenafly, tenafly.
As you call that radio, live from Mexico. And now time for an advert. I'm only joking, we don't do adverts because we've got patrons. We are powered purely by our patrons, so thanks to everyone who supports the show at patreon.com/you call that radio. So there's no adverts, no sponsors, no funding. Okay. Tom Spirals. We do have Tom Spirals though.
That's it. And I seen your video the other day, and I'm just gonna say it because I probably won't speak to you for because you're in Mexico, so I probably won't just bump into you. Fucking do the funding thing, man. Why not? This project would not exist. This Danssa thing would not exist without the funding thing. So, just for me to you, I really fucking recommend it because it's money and it just comes, and you just have to tell them you've got some good ideas and you do them, which you do all the time. So
yeah.
Anyway,
I've actually met people that do funding and they've actually encouraged me to apply. So there's actually nothing stopping me apart from the fact that I hate filling out forms. So I think I've got a person.
Mate, I tell you a secret. I filled out part of a Creative Scotland application recently using ChatGPT and they didn't realise.
I don't think you should be saying that. You should be. I don't. What does it matter? What does it matter?
This is it. Then
why don't you? Surely you're at the stage now that you just put your name. You just say name Tom Spirals, and then just leave it at that. Gee's money. But yeah, I think I've got to suss. I've got to suss because I was like, I'm from the total DIY, so I don't obviously have a problem with other people getting funding. But I just feel like I can do it myself. I can do it myself.
I'm as DIY as it gets, man.
I want to do it all myself, and I thought I was, but then I was like, actually, I could be doing, especially with the state of everything just now.
Yeah,
it's like, I could be definitely doing with some help for a couple of ideas that I've got to bring them to fruition. But it's just the form filling that annoys me. So I've got someone else to fill out the form for me. She's a professional form filler.
Class.
If anyone watched the show last Friday, they'll probably know who I'm talking about. But she's booked up for the next year. But we have started talking. So I'm going to go for funding. Good. Fuck it, it's about time.
About time. You deserve it. You deserve it.
While funding still exists.
Yes.
I don't know how long that's going to be there for. Back to your tunes. Right. Stuart says that was magic.
Thanks, Stuart.
Ali Grant's in the house as well. Hello, beauties. Hello, Ali Grant. Also, just a wee shout out to the patrons. Just we're going to announce a festival. Carol obviously was running the wee Soarfest in Arran on the 21st, 23rd of June. We've got a lineup just about to go live. Waiting on a headliner confirming, but I expect the lineup. What day are we at today? So Thursday, Monday. We'll announce it on Monday, the lineup. And I think it's about 30% off for all patrons. So if you're a patron, just go to the patreon.com/you call that radio for your discount code and get it now, because it's once the lineup comes out, it's going to sell out. It's not you know the venue. We're not going to mention the venue, but you've played the venue before. Man.
Beautiful place. Absolutely awesome.
Tom's played it before with a reggae thing, and for other people, it's also where Jock and Doris started before it got too big for its boots and moved to a bigger Sealgate type venue. And but it all started at this place. So I've got.
God.
I'm really. There's something about Arran that's magical for me, and I'm excited to go back because I was trying to just sort of take it easy this festival season, and then you just get things like that happen where it's like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, I do want to do it. I do want to get back to Arran. I feel like I've got unfinished business in Arran.
Oh yeah, man.
And
if you guys are running the festival there, we have been working on Arran with young people from the local high school there, and they've got their own sound system. The young people have their sound system in Arran, and they've been writing songs with us, making tracks. So we've released like 4 or 5 tracks, I think now, and 2 music videos with the young kids from Arran. And if you guys are doing a music festival, let me know, because there's some very talented young folk on that island who would.
Well, I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know just now. The slight problem that I've got with it The only problem that I've got with this festival actually is that Carol booked a bunch of artists before she asked me to take over because she's not been keeping well enough to run it.
Right.
So what I'm trying to do is
You're managing.
well, I'm trying to just not disappoint people who have already been told that they may be playing. And also, but obviously, if I'm putting it together, I want to have my own stamp on it and book my own artists as well, because that's the fun part. Well, that's supposed to be the fun part. But there's just quite a lot of people. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how to get involved.
Thinking about it.
Send me some links and see how I can maybe get them involved. I feel like there's maybe an opportunity on the Sunday. So the Friday and Saturday's pretty packed, but we do have the venue for the Sunday as well. So my idea just now, and I need to just clarify that it's going to be okay, but I think it is okay, is that we've taken the Sunday to do a bit of a tidy up session. So we could still play music on the Sunday, but just like maybe just a chilled vibe, let people have a barbecue or something, play some music, get the place tidied up and leave it how we got it, kind of thing.
Nice.
So maybe that's how the guys could get involved.
Oh,
Because
great
I know that
thinking.
because it's Arran and North Ayrshire as well. I know that you've worked with a few of my friends' children as well in the north of Ayrshire, like Saltcoats and Dross and Largs. So is that the same kind of thing, or is it?
That's exactly the same project. It's called the Sound System Project, and it's all over Scotland. We've got 6 different projects that we're running with 6 different groups of young people, and it's amazing. They all get to build speakers and learn how to use production software and write lyrics and make music videos and then do performances as a little crew together. And the main thing that we try and leave them with is this sense of togetherness that music creates, and like the confidence that it gives you to just express yourself and try things. And it seems to work. We really love doing it. Feel massively blessed to get a chance to go to somewhere like Arran and work with the young people there, and the trust that the communities give us to do that is well appreciated. It's really cool.
The community of Arran is fantastic. When the whole Sealgate thing came out, I'm not going to get into all of that, but for anyone that knows, if you know, there was a lot of lies.
It was like the Willy Wonka episode of, what was it, 2015 or something like that. That was the Willy Wonka episode of
8 years ago. I think it Facebook Memory says it was 8 years ago. I think I will do a You Call That Radio special if we maybe hit enough patrons, but I try not to go into it too much. But a lot of lies were said in the papers, and you might find something. Most of them had to take it down because it was slanderous. But I didn't want to sue the newspapers because the people give me the creeps, man. The paparazzi.
I know, bro.
They're phoning how they get your numbers. And
I know. We had the same thing with Walk and Skank. It was horrendous. Like someone phoning, from the Daily Record, and you're like, how the?
So, why was that?
See you later.
What was that? Was it because Walk and Skank ended, or what was it happening?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even a positive thing. It was like someone at the Berkeley suite had potentially been spiked. That was the story, and the Daily Record decided to phone me about it, and it was like, whoa, get away with your try and make money off of someone's horrendous experience. Don't drag me into it either. Thank you very much, Daily Record. Goodbye.
Yeah, well, I think that no comment is a good thing to do. I no commented. Rory actually, shouts to Rory if he's watching. Absolute legend.
Shouts to Rory. He's a legend.
But I think Rory just gave his side, which was just basically the truth. But it was printed at the very end, and then his picture was used without his permission as well. So it's like, here's a bunch of lies, and then here's the last set. Always go to if you see something salacious looking, go to the last line. That's why when I was covering
rubbish.
And it was like, and check or one onlooker or one source said. So that's why I was trying to play it a bit fair. When I covered the Willy Wonka thing, I was like, okay, the event looks bad. There's no doubt about it. But the amount of shit that people were saying online was ridiculous, man. I mean, it's like people once they've got something to hone in on. I mean, I don't know if any of the stuff's true. I just doubt that half of it's true. What they're saying about the organizer.
100%.
It might be a scammer. It might be a scammer, but it might also just be very bad at his job. And I don't think fraud. I don't think being shite is fraud.
No, I think equally, like, we're coming from Glasgow. we've seen some really poor events in our time. Like, for example, did you see the beach that was outside the St. Enoch Centre last summer? Did you see the
Yes.
sorry state of that? That was, I reckon, it was the same company. It was like Glasgow Pleasure Beach.
Do you know what?
Wait, and there was like a millimeter of sand had been lightly sprinkled across a car park. It was unbelievable. The whole thing was boarded off. It was just sad people walking around in this clumpy, disgusting car park sand.
I think it was a tenner to get in or something. I walked by
Awful,
it. I was
man.
quite excited
Awful.
about it because do you know what? What is even funnier about that is they stole my idea. Now you might not believe that; it's a big claim to make, but I jokingly did a gig called Glasgow Beach. It was live from Glasgow Beach, and the reason I did it was because I was in Spain and I hadn't promoted the gig properly. So I was like, I was walking back for Glasgow to Scotstoun one day, and I just stumbled across a secret beach. It's beautiful here. Why is nobody using this as a venue?
I think
And
I
it was
remember that.
It was. I had a theme tune. It was "Found the Glasgow Beach." I can't remember how it went, but it was a Yoko Ono beat. It'd been a Yoko Ono beat that I'd been sitting on for ages, and it just went. And now it was quite clearly a joke. Everyone laughed. And it's one of those ways to try and advertise. You know how hard it is to promote your gig
Oh my God.
without
it's unreal.
Facebook. You know, when I'm trying to share, if I share just a YouTube link of this, Facebook's going to show it to about 5 people. So I've got to try and be cunning and maybe talk about you or use a photograph and then put the link in the comments and stuff like that. But I made up the Glasgow Beach thing as a joke, and we had Amazon. I know bad, but we only had one day to sort this out. To get some beach balls, get some Lilos, and it was a Willy Wonka experience before it. But it was tongue in cheek, but it was the worst beach party you've ever been to. But it was with a bunch of amazing acts and a bunch of amazing DJs, and it was sunny. There was a barbecue, so everyone, and I think it was only a tenner for the full day.
This is it. This is the point of what we're just saying is coming from Glasgow, you can see the Willy Wonka experience from the outside. It looks horrendous from the inside. It's kind of on par with a lot of other things.
It's maybe just an arty. It's art. I mean, if you think about it, this is art. This is art.
It's an art school project.
It's an art school project to
gonna come off
incorporate an
reveal.
art of post-Brexit,
Yeah,
post-austerity, post-COVID, post-lockdown, and it's got everyone talking
This
about
is it,
the
and they're
art.
going to come out. They're going to open an envelope. They're going to say, "Hey, we created the Willy Wonka thing. We're going to open this envelope. It's been sealed since 2 weeks ago." And they're going to say, 20 million views. That's what we knew would happen. Bang! The whole world's
Just-
getting shocked.
Get everyone angry. That's the only way. Rage equals engagement these days.
Innit?
That's how
I'll
we
tell
all
you-
get paid.
I'm massively pissed off at the moment. Like, I'm furious, man. Tell you, I've been just kicking stuff because we're putting on this gig and it's just really fucking frustrating. It's an unbelievably shit time. Just, it's at the Old Fruit Market on the 30th of March. It's just terrible how it's happening. I have no idea. It's at the Old Fruit Market on the 30th of March. It's just really divisive. Some people, they love it. Some people, they hate the idea of it. Honestly, it's become this whole thing at the 30th of March at the fruit market. And I
fucking hate the 30th of March, man.
know,
hate the 30th
of
of
all
March.
the fucking days that we could have picked. 30th of March, I don't know what we were thinking, but it's going to be really great, except the fact that I've just got so many artists involved with it, man. A lot of people are like, they're getting quite angry and upset about this gig on the 30th of
Well,
March.
I'm a bit upset about how good the gig is. I'm going to bring the flyer up right now. No wonder people are getting angry. No wonder people are angry about this gig on the
Literally.
30th of March.
There's not
Look at
been
this.
one person
This
that's
isn't
been
fair.
different.
This isn't fair. How
What
are you
is
getting
that?
Eva Lazarus? How are you getting Eva Lazarus to the fruit market?
I know. This is it. Like, other people have tried. We thought, oh, well, it's not our fault that we managed to do it. People are coming at us like, oh, how have you got that massive privilege of having Eva Lazarus at the fruit market? It's like, well, it's just the shoes we were landed with, man. It's just the way it's the way the cookie crumbled. And that's it.
Well, we'll tell you what you need to do. I mean, that's an amazing flyer, by the way. Who
Peter's
did the
gonna
flyer?
hate. Sam Most Ill. He's called Sam Most Ill. He's
Shouts
great.
to Sam.
Again,
That
really
looks That was brilliant.
Provocative.
However, let's compare it to this flyer. Now, that's how you get people angry. So, I have verified this is correct. So, Captain Barrett tagged me because obviously everybody from all around the world is tagging me in things to do with the Willy Wonka thing. I've got friends from Mexico. And now this is once you look at this, it's like, I'm sorry, it's controversial, but maybe you, like, what did you expect here? It's an AI advert.
That is brilliant.
Now, catgacating, I think that's supposed to mean captivating live performances.
No. These are all brand new words, Mark. These are
Carchy tons.
Yeah, Carchy tons. Did you see that thing that the kids, they were like walking through it? There's like a kind of archway thing. That's a Carchy ton.
I can't. What about I did enjoy the Exorcist Day lollipops and a paradise of sweet treats, which was 2 jelly babies and a limeade. A quarter of bars limeade. People in Mexico are asking me about it. It's on Canadian TV. It's went international. And if anyone has absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, I'll put a wee link to.
Where have you been?
I had to cover it. I kind of missed the boat, and I wish I'd covered it right at the start. But I was just like, I didn't want to jump on. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to go into mastery, but I've seen it all before where the internet turns on in events. But you can watch this after. And but yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny, and it is very funny. And if you've not seen anything about it yet, there's a link there to watch after the show. So Kosh needs to try an
surgery. Oh, that's no. You know what that is? That's when you go to the hospital when you bet drunk and you go to the hospital. You get one operation done and then you stay for an extra surgery. Extra surgery.
Bring that to 5. See, the thing is that this would sell out. If they hadn't stopped it, they could just sell it. They could triple it. They could sell it out for the rest of the month if they just brought it back, took it on tour. And then shout outs to the poor Oompa Loompa lady, by the way.
I know.
She's although I just look, I found her. I tracked her down because I was like,
you actually find her? Oh my god.
Yeah, well, because I was trying to find out if she was all right. I was like, because you know, not in a kind of like I'm the Sun. Not like I'm a News of the World reporter. I wanted to make sure she was all right. And I was interested to know if she'd come on the show as well. So, but
I just
think it'd be good. I just think it'd be good. But she's fine. Actually, we could show, if you want, I can show you our. We're kind of going off on one, but maybe we should just do it.
It's all good.
Well, this is what she's done a TikTok to explain it, right? So,
oh my god,
she's had to explain it. So I'm going to do that in a minute. But do you know what? I don't really know how to work TikTok that well. I'm a bit of a boomer when it comes to TikTok, but I've got 140 followers on TikTok, so I'm getting there.
I'm the same, man. I download it maybe once every 6 months onto my phone, and then I look at it and I go, yeah, I feel old. And then I delete it, and then
it's my second time to try. But the thing is that apparently once the algorithm gets to know you, it offers you things that becomes very addictive. So people are like, no, you need to once you get into it, it's really addictive. And I'm like, I don't really have any time to be addicted to another part of social media.
Yeah.
There's too many social medias.
And there's too many platforms to make videos for, being creators of content. Like,
it's like, what did I messaged you? I think I probably asked you to come on the show on Facebook and you responded, and Instagram. Then I'm sending flyers via WhatsApp. I'm not talking about you specifically, but just, you know what I'm talking about. So we've got 4 different conversations on 4 different platforms. I think something needs to change there.
Although it's quite fun if you can have a conversation with you on Instagram, and you can be really pissed off at me and just be really horrible, and then we can chat on Facebook at the same time in parallel, and you can just be really nice as if nothing's happening.
I think I'd be nicer on Instagram than I would on Facebook.
Yeah.
I feel like
there's more bubbly in it. It's more rounded.
For me, it's how you use a platform in it, and with Instagram, I kind of follow people who share like nature pictures and stuff. So it's usually just good pictures and artists that I follow. So I think with Facebook, you're maybe like, you've got friends for school with that are maybe a bit racist,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
just things like politics and stuff. But what I've done is I don't argue. I used to during lockdown. I limited myself. I'd only have one argument a month, and I would just save up one argument a month to get involved. I would say something that was I knew that was divisive or controversial, and then I would regret it because I was just like checking my notifications because you're wanting to win the argument. It's not a way to live. It's not a way. If anyone's out there's doing it, there's better ways to do it. There's better things to do with it. Why don't you get funding and start a Willy Wonka experience? It's big. It's hot at the moment. The funders will be all over it.
Yeah, you can prove that it has there's a measurable audience out there for that.
There is an audience. There is an audience. And I hope what Oompa Loompa lady, lab lady, I think she's an actress. Hopefully she's going to appear on, I don't know, like the Hug Me show.
Oh, no.
Darren Cott, I don't know what
Strictly Come
Burniston-
Dancing. Strictly Come Dancing or something. I think she's going to go to the level of fame like Jackie Weaver. You remember Jackie Weaver from the lockdown? That did the... Jackie Weaver was like, no, you're not allowed in this Zoom call. She was the
Oh yes, of course, Jackie Weaver.
And she released a book. She was on, I think, Have I Got News for You? She did the full meet. I think she was on Ellen in the States. I think she skyrocketed. And I'm seeing that in the Oompa Loompas future. I hope, anyway.
The Oompa Loompa lady
Deserves
did a
it.
video. I'm not going to show it, but she said basically that she finds the funny side of it. But she's had her phone off for 2 days.
Aye.
And she's a 30-year-old lady. She looks nothing like that picture. See if you look at the other pictures of her, she's nothing like that.
What,
And
she doesn't have green hair and an orange.
she's not-
No way.
Mate, it was all in that. See, people talk about it was cheap. It was actually really well done. Yeah, the props don't come for free. Props don't come for free.
know
Bars
what?
Limeade. It's not the 90s anymore. Bars Limeade is expensive. Everything's expensive.
I just realized as well, this is actually potentially one of the first signs of, like, the first real tangible signs of the AI apocalypse, because it seems like the script was written by AI, the poster was done by AI. If the script was written, then probably the whole premise of the thing was invented by. This is like AI took the reins on reality.
Quite suspicious of the flyer as well. I've got to say that the flyer may be AI as well.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely. But apparently the script was, and all the characters that were generated were also generated by AI. So
Yeah, the script's apparently creepy,
this whole thing is what we're gonna. This is gonna be reality in a few.
Well, this is quite good though. I'm not worried yet about them taking my job. I thought the robots were going to take our jobs, but now I'm like a wee bit like, yeah, they've got a wee bit to go.
Can't do it very well.
They're not got our jobs yet. Do you
That's
think
it.
what? Let's find
Took
out.
our jobs, who did? The robots. We're a slave to technology that makes us worse off. Robots are robust, workers that don't take much days off. Big shots, hit the jackpot and the purchase mugged us off. They took our jobs, who did? The robots. Exhausted lies about utopia that can't be untaught. Promised dishwashers but clothing store or critical thought. Computers get better job offers, the pros are less than right.
Class.
So that is about the robots. The robots will not steal our jobs this year, is my prediction. And they're certainly not going to steal it this year. I think we're okay for another year, and then we need to worry about it. But luckily, being Scottish, we don't need to worry about the robots being able to do subtitles on us. So we'll be the last ones to go. Us and maybe Belfast. The subtitles aren't working for us. So the robots don't really know what we're thinking or what we're up to. So keep speaking slang.
Class.
Any slang, wherever you're from, just keep it slangy. So we've got there's already some AI song in the next Eurovision or something.
Oh, man.
Wow, that'll be terrible. Nice, but I mean, I would like to be caught out with an AI song. Hello, folks. I'm in the pub. I keep missing these podcasts. Hope Mexico's suiting you well, Mark. Hello, Tom, as well. That's from Facebook user. So the problem is that there's a data protection act issue argument between StreamYard and Facebook,
So
which
they
means that
just
if you
don't give
comment, everyone just Facebook. So that's why I recommend everyone goes to YouTube. Tom, I realise that we've been talking about Willy Wonka now for 50 minutes, and we've only played one of your tunes. And you
That's
need to
quite
do
alright,
some-
man. That's quite alright. I mean, it is the hot topic of the day, and
It's
to
the
be
hot
fair,
topic.
the tunes are still there online. If you want to check out my music, though, I really recommend you head over to Bandcamp, and go to the Danssa Dub website on Bandcamp or Tom Spirals on Bandcamp, and it's all there, or Spotify as well. But It's all there.
And
all the
Danssa
time.
dub, and it's a double NSA. Not, I think I spelled it wrong in the flyer, which I apologise for. Which
don't worry.
is bad because Joe actually started a dance yoga company just before you started your band.
And
She's
there's a
still doing
club
it.
night that started a whole bar, sorry, in Glasgow that is starting called Danssa as well.
Wow.
on
Oh, that's
Socky
right.
Road.
Sorry. Aye, wait, so is that the old
The beer
old
hall.
Priory?
It's
The
like
Priory?
it
No.
was the last thing it was before this was the Socky Hall Street Beer Hall. There's like these weird steps that you went down.
I thought that was
I
the
don't know, man.
Priory.
It's not. It's
Maybe
not
I'm
open
getting mixed
yet.
up. It's not open yet. All right, no, I'm thinking about something else. The Priory's something else now. I feel like I've been away for so long. What's coming up festival season wise? So
Oh man, so much. We're all over the shop this year. Like I'm really excited for it. We're playing in Scotland. We're not doing a whole load. In Scotland, we're headlining at Kelburn on the Sunday night, which is going to be awesome. So it's Sunday
Kelburn
night.
and Sunday night at Kelburn.
Yep,
We
and
will
we're
be there.
playing-
We'll be there. We're playing. Gyro Babies play on the Friday night at Kelburn. So I'll
Nice.
see you there.
I'll see you there. And then what else in Scotland that we're doing? We're doing Solace Festival, which is up in Perth at the start of June. And I think that might be the entirety of our Scottish dates over the summer, which is quite wild. But we're lots of dates down in England, Glastonbury and Secret Garden Party and Kendall Calling and a whole load of them. I've struggled to remember. And then we're playing a few festivals out in France as well, which is super cool. Some big traditional festivals. Playing a traditional festival in France called Lorient that I think has 350,000 folk attend it. So it's bigger than Glastonbury, and it's just traditional Celtic music. Like the Celtic scene over in Europe is absolutely amazing, man. Like I've loved reggae music for a long time, and I've often been to reggae events where loads of people have dreadlocks and Rasta hats, and the whole Rasta culture is very much present. But there's maybe like 2 or 3 Jamaican people at the event. And I've often wondered, what is it like as a Jamaican guy to walk into a predominantly white British reggae dance and see everybody being so enthralled by your culture? And now I know, because I have been to Scottish traditional music festivals in Europe and turned up, and everyone's wearing kilts, and everyone's got See You Jimmy hats on, and everyone's got this like mad conflated idea where it's like Scottish, but it's also Lord of the Rings, and it's also, it all fits inside it. And being a Scottish person, turning up there and seeing how the Italians do Scotland, for example, is amazing. What a feeling! What a bizarre thing. And long may it last, man. So we're playing over in Europe at some of these awesome Celtic festivals. But it's going to be a really busy time of it over the summer for Danssa Dub. And hopefully you'll get to see us somewhere.
Well, I want to go to Europe. I want to play Europe. I've still not done it. I've still not played Europe. I played an open mic in Mexico. Played an open mic in Tenerife. I don't think that counts. But we're not Celtic enough. Although I was an extra in Outlander once.
Man, everyone was being an extra in Outlander. I swear, I don't have any friends left that weren't in Outlander.
I don't even know if you could see me. Like, I don't watch Outlander. I've never watched it. But anyone who's watched it, keep an eye out for a guy who looks raging, absolutely raging, because I had to get up at 6 in the morning and I was wearing sand shoes, like plimsolls, gym
I'd be
soles.
raging as well, man.
Well, they actually weren't even that. They were made of cardboard because, back in the day they didn't have shoes. So we weren't allowed their mobile phones on set, and all I did all day was it was a bucket of sand. My job was to rope up a bucket of sand, whatever the fuck that means. I don't know if I appeared in it. But keep an eye out for me if you're Outlander fans. Who we got in the house? We got Alan Rorris in the house. Never watched this, Stuart. Joe, hello. Late in.
Hey, Joe.
Are you two going to Knock this year? Sadly not, because we're playing Beat Herder Festival this year. So we are playing the Convoy Cabaret tent at the Beat Herder. So I'm listening. Sorry, not Beat Herder. Fuck, did it again. Bearded Theory.
Ah, man, that is an equally amazing festival. Beautiful, beautiful grounds.
Never been. I've been to Beat Herder before, which is why I keep on accidentally saying Beat Herder, but it's a first for me. But Bearded Theory is looking amazing. Also, we might have a couple.
Everyone's got beards there.
Everyone's
There's
got
no word
beards.
of a lie. Bring a beard. Bring a false beard. It's part of the.
Yeah, I need a
part of
false
the
beard,
thing.
otherwise I need to start growing now, I think, for a decent beard. Facebook user, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Wasn't expecting to burst into laughter, says Kosh Dekai. Thanks, Kosh. Major Giles, thanks, Stuart. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Kelly says, thanks for the laughs, Mark and Tom. Thank you for tuning in,
Oh,
Kelly.
thank you.
Hi everyone, great debates and info. Thank you, Facebook user. Hope this information stands you in good stead.
Yes.
We're going to finish. We've got time for one song because Tom has to go. I promised that we wouldn't go over an hour, and it's
Because
now
I
5
promised
to 8.
I'd pick my missus up from wherever she is.
Well, you better get on with that. We don't talking to Mark in a podcast about Willy Wonka. It's not a good enough excuse for that. You can catch up by hitting the subscribe button. We're here. In fact, we're back. I think we're back tomorrow. We're going to be live with the Lorettes, who are making some big moves this year. So it'll be good to talk to them. We've got time for one more song.
Cool.
I've got
I
two
just
lined
say
up.
one more thing before
course
we
you
go.
can.
One
You
last
get-
thing is if you are in Glasgow and you are interested in the sound of traditional Scottish music mixed with dub music, then please do check out the event on the 30th of March at the Fruit Market. It's the old Fruit Market. You know
The
what
old
that
Fruit
venue
Market.
is like. Insane venue, and it's the first time that we've ever put hand-built sound systems. There's going to be 2 full sound systems in the Fruit Market on the ground, and we're going to use the stage, and it's going to be amazing. There's a big community of people all coming together to make that happen, and your support would be massively appreciated, and I'm sure you will appreciate the show because it is going to be massive.
It is amazing. It's a who's who. It's a collection of the best of reggae in Scotland. So get involved. The Old Fruit Market is the best venue in the world. I've played it briefly. It's a Cold and Mustard
man.
Ladies on 5
Cool.
cameo, which is the best way to do it because you just get on for one song and you get the wee adrenaline buzz. And what an amazing venue. Not used very often, so it's just nice to change it up a bit. But it's
Innit?
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, come along. Those tickets are available now, and if you jump on them, they will be worth it.
It'll be good. And
Sorry,
it's
my
7
brain-
to 1.
my brain
It's 7
stopped
to 1.
promoting. You know
What's
when you do
great
that-
was-
You know, you do that thing where you just say, sorry, we're chatting here, right? And it's all very fluid and lovely, but occasionally I catch a glimpse of my own face, and then I kind of look at my eyes, and then my brain stops, and I forget what I'm actually talking about.
You're selling tickets March the 30th.
That was it. Come down to the Fruit
March the
Market.
30th.
March
And it
30th.
finishes at 1 a.m. because a lot of these reggae nights they go until awfully late in the morning.
Oh,
But at
yeah.
1 a.m. But a good 7 o'clock start. You could do the first 4. You could do the first 5 hours and be in your jammies, or as the Fifers say, back home in your baffies. In time for fucking Prisoner Cell Block H or whatever's on the telly. I've not watched telly for about.
That's it. And if you do want to dance the night away, we'll make sure there's a damn good
There'll be an after party. There's always an
100%.
after party. There's always an after party.
Hey.
Sounds awesome. We'll try and make it. Says Leo. Shouts to Leo. He'll make it long. Mark, I have a song that was originally a pagan rebel song about a priest's cock. I sing each verse in English and Irish. I'd love to share it for the first time on You Call That Radio. What do you think? I think that sounds amazing. But Facebook user, you need to sign your name at the bottom or send me a private message because all I know is that you're a human being with Facebook, and there's quite a lot of Facebook users in the universe.
No,
So,
you could track them down easily, man. Easily.
the-
Not that many of them have a pagan rebel song about a priest's cock. That whittles it down.
partially whittles it down. We've got time for one more song. One more tune. What we got?
Cool. Well, this one more tune I'd like to share is it's the next part of our tale, and this is including an amazing artist from Glasgow called Flew the Arrow, who we love dearly. He's a great singer-songwriter,
Shouts to
and
Lee.
that's it. We worked with him on this track called My Blood Runs Deep. Thank you very much for having us on, Mark. Well appreciated, man.
Anytime, go to the gig in March the 30th and check out a Danssa dub on all the usual places. I'll see you at festival season, Kelburn, or something.
See you there, if not before, man. And if you
All right,
find
man.
yourself in Palenque or San Cristobal,
Many
let me
moons
know.
have passed
I will
since
do, mate.
that fateful
Nice one.
day,
Take it easy,
but
bud.
the
Catch you.
fairies had
Bye.
taken Tom and Ewan away. The music they'd learned in those magical lands was beginning to slip from their minds and their hands. They spied distant smoke billow up through the trees and heard sounds of voices on the cool evening breeze. Said Ewan to Tom,
I'm beginning to tire. Shall we head over there and take rest by their fire?
Hello, strangers. Can we join you?
We've been travelling a long time.
Aye, of course. Come sit yourselves down.
Thank you.
And just so you know, I'm about to tell a story.
Well, don't let us stop you.
My blood, it runs deep through the cracks of these mountain sides. The molten flows of the earth that bites the weight of the world beneath our feet. My blood, it runs deep in these hills touching coast to coast, upon this land and its weather force, the place of my birth until my time comes. My blood, it runs deep in the green of our forestry, the evergreens and the ancient trees, the roots and the vines of my bloodline. My blood, it runs deep from the glens to the ocean's tide. The river runs as its veins are wide, carried forth by western winds. My blood, it runs deep in every seed and every given grain, and in the glory of the summer day, there's life in abundance and food for the poor. My blood, it runs deep in these songs that I hold so dear. Tradition finds me and I listen clearly, but in the words and melodies, ancestors are calling. My blood, it runs deep. The molten flows of the earth that bites, weight of the world beneath our feet. My blood, it runs deep in these hills touching coast to coast, upon this land and its weather force, the place of my birth until my time comes. My blood, it runs deep. 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 My blood, it runs deep.
Oh, I tell you, I've not heard tunes like that before.
Oh, I can. You must be the two lads that get taken a while by the fairies.
Aye, that's us.
And rumour has it, you're starting to forget the tunes.
Aye, I wish it wasn't so.
You need to go see the blacksmith. He lives at the top of the tallest mountain in the glen. They say he has an enchanted forge where he can harness the energies of the other world and trap the music forever, 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 forever.
And Danssa dub featuring the legendary Flew the Arrow. And thanks to Tom Spirals for tuning in tonight. Stuart, glad you enjoyed it. Sounds great, says Joe Buchanan. Well, if you enjoy it, Old Fruit Market tickets are available here. I don't know if I think I've joined up the word here with the HTTP. So if you use that link, if you want to get tickets for all the good stuff on March the 30th. Look at that. And Danssa Dub Mungo's hi-fi sound system featuring the incredible Eva Lazarus hometown sound system. And hold on, I just yeah. I can't read the bottom of it. What is it? Hold on, I need to remove that banner. Guys, if you've enjoyed the show tonight, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment on the public show so that the robots know that they should share it to other like-minded people. And we'll be back. I think we're back tomorrow. I'm trying to get as many shows as I can do just now because we have good internet here. No, can I get... Oh, I know what I've done. I've just highlighted that comment. So it's a hometown system featuring Horseman, Wens, and Campese. Sorry, I don't know if I'm saying that right. But yeah, that's the 30th from 7 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the Old Fruit Market, which is one of the best venues in Glasgow, and it does not get used anywhere near enough. So go and get tickets for that. It's from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. I think You Call That Radio is back tomorrow with the Lorettes. I don't want to confirm it just yet, but they said yes, but we're just trying to work out the time. I think 7 o'clock's too late for them, so maybe a wee bit earlier, and we might just do a Friday night phone-in. So if that means if the person who's got the Pagan Rebel song about the Priestcock wants to jump on the show, or any of yous want to jump on the show tomorrow night to sing a song, tell a story, or promote a thing, and that's what the Friday night phone-in's all about. You Call That Radio is about live interviews, it's about live music, it's about commentary on things like the Willy Wonka experience. So if you just have a look in the YouTube channel, there's various different things we do, and we also do Club Anyway and an audio podcast as well. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. It's been great. It was great chatting to Tom, and we'll hopefully see you tomorrow with the Lorettes and maybe some more special guests. I am going to leave it at that, but I hope you all have a pleasant leap year. We didn't even talk about that. It's a leap year. I was going to ask if anyone was born in a leap year. And, if there's any, 50-year-olds that are actually only 6 or something. I don't know how maths works, to be honest. But thanks for tuning in. It's You Call That Radio, and we'll leave it there with our You Call That Radio dub song, since we're in a bit of a dub mood. And if I can find it, that is.
All systems go! Ignition.
What is that?
Yeah, no respect in the aspect of man like Mark. The love of the man attack on the radio. In case you never know. You call that radio, call that the radio. You call that radio, call that the radio. Come and say, in the my name, I'll just go with the flow. In the my name, I'll just go with the flow. So till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Boom. Lot of mercy. Yo. You call that radio. You call that radio. Come and say don't you be another man, I'll go lose your head. Say don't you be another me say and lose the head. Me say radio. Call that radio. Straight from outer a Glasgow, Glasgow. Just I'm out of Glasgow, Glasgow. Nice enough on the studio, studio. Come and say, in me, my name, oh, just go with the flow. In me, my name, oh, just go with the flow. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. Till you miss a mark, now go bend down low. No radio, radio. You call that the radio, radio. Them man I give you miss a lot of subject, and them a thing a man you can't object. So don't you ever come and disrespect. I love and respect in a every aspect.